I'm Kush. I'm a sophomore here at ICS, and this is my topic. Let's just get on with it, shall we? So, I'd say most days I have a pretty regular schedule, you know. I wake up, I freshen up, I go to school, I study in classes, I hang out with my friends, and then I go home and then do my homework. Okay, sometimes I do my homework, sometimes I like to play games, but this is my schedule most days, you know. It changes sometimes, but this is a pretty regular schedule for most people here in the audience, I'd say. And yeah, it's a normal schedule. And when you're in middle school and elementary, it's a perfectly fine schedule to have, you know. There's not many important things that are going on around this time in your life. But once you enter high school, things start to get a little different. We have more responsibilities. And I want to go back to a question that I'm pretty sure most of us have been asked when we were younger. And that question is, what do you want to be when you grow up? And, you know, some people respond with astronaut, firefighter, doctor. And there's some newer ones, you know, influencer, YouTuber. And, you know, these are very easy responses to give as a child because it's just what you admire, you know. It looks like, yeah, I want to be an astronaut. I want to go see space, the moon. And honestly, at that age, we wanted to be anything. We wanted to be everything. And as we grew older, we realized that it's hard to get to that point. You know, becoming a doctor, as in the previous talk by Kern, it requires many years and lots of money and patience to get to that point. And, you know, to become like an influencer, you just have to hit the jackpot at some point. The algorithm chooses you. And once we realized that, we just stopped dreaming for those things at some point. And nowadays, if I ask my friends what they wanted to be what they want to be after college, most of them will reply with 3 very simple words. And these 3 words are, I don't know. Is there anything wrong with these words? Not at all. I just explained why it's so difficult. But, you know, let's get back to that point. What do you want to be when you grow up? And personally, I don't know what I want to be yet. You know, maybe I want to do something artistic related, maybe something in the business field. I don't know yet. You know, maybe life will choose where I want to go. Maybe my parents will help me. Speaking of my parents, what do my parents want for me? I know that my dad wants me to join his business and help him with it. And, you know, sometimes they don't want me to be this thing or they don't want me to be that thing. But, you know what, that's a lot. Let's just scale it back a little. What university am I going to be going to? Am I going to go to one in Asia? Am I going to go to one in America, Europe? I don't know yet. And what's the guarantee that I'll even get into a college of my choice? I know that my grades aren't the best, so maybe I'll make up for it with some extracurriculars, you know? There's that new TEDx talk that they're talking about at school. Maybe I should join that. There's the Model United Nations Club, MUN. My sister was a part of that. Maybe I'll join that club. And then, as I was looking at all these questions, I realized, how much time am I going to have for socializing? I'm a very social person. I feel like I need to talk with my friends pretty often. So if I'm doing all of this and I'm thinking about all of this, then how am I going to have time to hang out with people that are important to me? So let's just summarize all these questions. What do I want to be when I grow up? What do my parents want me to be? What university am I going to? Will I even get into university? What extracurriculars will I do? What about socializing? That's a lot of questions. That's really big questions that I myself cannot answer. And there's the problem, is that it's a lot for someone who's going through all of these questions. You know, maybe if it was just one of these questions, you could work through it. But at this stage in my life, there's a lot of change that's happening very rapidly. Time is passing by really quickly. And I know that when I speak to my friends, they say that sometimes they have burnout, they have stress, they even feel pain, sometimes even more. And to reiterate, it is a lot. I'm not saying that it's not a lot. It is definitely. And that's not even the main part. There's a lot of many different questions that I could go through. But when I looked at this and I heard that my friends were going through burnout, stress, and pain, me, myself as well included, I was thinking, how do we solve this problem? And then after thinking about it some more, I realized that those 3 words that are all too important to us are coming back to me as well. It's that I don't know either. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm very sure, I'm sure that my friends don't know what's going to happen. Honestly, I don't think anyone knows what's going to happen. If you know someone, let me know. I need a little bit of help, But after realizing that I don't know this question, then I started asking myself another question. How do we fix this? If we're going through so much confusion, my friends are going through so much confusion, how are we going to fix this? And after a lot of self-thought and realization, I realized that there's one very simple answer that's been said by many people, and it's that we should just open up. Now, I know it's a point that's been brought up hundreds of thousands of times by many different people, and it is a common response, but I assure you it does work. If there is a question you're going through, there will always be a person who has the answer to whatever question you have. And even if they don't have the answer, they can still help you through it, they can still comfort you. There's always someone out there to listen to what you have to say. It may not feel like it, but you do. And let me tell you about an experience I had earlier this year. Since I am a sophomore, going to my junior year, 11th grade, I needed to pick out my classes for next year. And honestly, when I was looking at my course schedule, I didn't know what to pick. There were so many options that overwhelmed me, and I didn't know what any of the classes did. I didn't know what they meant. And it was a lot of stress on me. And all this stress built up a lot. And then at one point, I just decided, you know what? I just won't think about it. And I delayed it so much that it was the last possible day that I could sign up for classes. And I really didn't want my classes to be picked automatically. So I buckled down and I just spoke to someone who'd been through these classes. I spoke to some of my upperclassmen, people who are currently in their junior year and senior year, and I asked them, what's in this class? Is this right for me? And they guided me through it. And honestly, I don't think I would have been in a better place now. I know what classes I'm going to take. I have my classes planned out for my senior year as well, as long as I pass these previous classes. And yeah, it's just really useful. And to speak about it again, opening up is really difficult. It's extremely difficult. We as humans just want to rely on ourselves. We have a need to be self-reliant. And it's the biggest fault, I believe, as humans, is to just think that we can do it ourselves. We're not built to rely on ourselves. We're built for community. We're not built to be by our, And I have an example, the baker cannot build his house with his flour, and the builder cannot eat his cement. And so, through community, and through talking with others, only then can we, as humans, answer these difficult questions and continue to live peacefully. Thank you.